My name's Aaron. Welcome back to my channel. How are you? I'm fantastic and doing really well. And today we are comparing Essential Parfums Bois Impérial by Quentin Bisch and Ganymede by Marc-Antoine Barrois from Paris, which apparently it's the same perfumer. The 100ml of the Bois Impérial, which is I think 16% concentrate, was 80 to 90. 30ml of Ganymede is 110. 100ml is 190. So you're kind of talking double the price. The notes in Ganymede are mandarin, saffron, violet, basins, that wood, I can never pronounce it, immortal, and I'm not even going to pronounce it because I'm dyslexic. Hey ho. What I want to say is if you want someone to pronounce stuff all the time, I kind of find it hilarious that I kind of mispronounce stuff. There are loads of channels, but there's only one me. Do we have our bottles? Are we engaged with the high itself? Let's get testing. So we're going to do the Ganymede on one arm and we're going to do the Bois Impérial on the other, and we're going to be comparing. I love this bottle. I think it's really beautiful. I think you are definitely paying for the Ganymede experience, which I think is absolutely fine. Then on the other, Bois Impérial. So the first thing I'm going to say is you can tell the difference in the aesthetics of the packaging. It's just the difference is that's the first thing. The cap is beautiful. The atomizer is beautiful. I love the decoration. It looks expensive. It looks, I think if I had a fragrance collection, I think this would be, it just looks beautiful. This, on the other hand, the plastico cap is stock. The label's not on straight. So that's the first thing I'm going to say. I never really go on about bottles, but it's so noticeable. So very similar, but the Essential Perfumes is weaker. It definitely is. First off, the concentration within the Ganymede is much higher and it's much more intense. But it's really similar. Bit different, but similar. What I love within the Ganymede is that sort of saffron and oak moss note to it mixed with ambroxan. I love dry metallic sort of notes to it, and I think this perfume works with ambroxan just like superbly. I think he's just like, you give him some ambroxan, he'll just create something. You just get that feeling. For £100 more, this is giving me more radiance. It's really similar actually. There's more substantial nature to this. It's sort of more heavy duty. It's sort of fuller, thicker fragrance. This is giving me more of a floral quality, which could be the Hedione, much more Hedione. I mean, I do love the spicy oak moss ambroxan feel to it with very clean linen quality to it. It's got that, and I think that's a really winning combination. But I gotta say, as it's drying down, the similarities are kind of less apparent, if I'm kind of honest with you. I think the Ganymede is kind of stronger. I would imagine the concentration is a lot higher. I don't know about the raw materials, I know nothing about the companies where they purchase their sort of naturals from. They don't smell identical, but they smell cousins at the party. That sillage and diffusive quality, I think, both are great. And I think that's the similarity there, but there is a lot of similarities. Not a problem with that at all. The Ganymede is giving me more of a cleaner, metallic finish. You can really detect the ambroxolide with linalool, molecules to it. There's a quality to it which is herbaceous. So the Ganymede is slightly more herbaceous, ambroxan heavy. This perfume is great. I think these are difficult raw materials to kind of dose right. I think these maths are spot on. On to my final thoughts. So now we're going to come down to pricing and final thoughts. What do I think is it sort of settling down and dried down? I honestly think if you put them together, you can kind of smell the similar, and it was a similar sort of perfumist take on it. When I originally smelt this one, if I hadn't been told it kind of wasn't the same perfumer, I might not have noticed. On me, the Ganymede is much stronger, richer, thicker, more diffusive. I can smell it more. When I move my arm, I can smell it. But it's double the price. The Bois Impérial smells similar. It's less intense. It's less that refinement. But there is a difference in the formula. It doesn't feel like a dupe at all. It kind of feels more like, to me, like cousins at a party, which I think is fine. So this was 80, this was 180. So let's say 100 sort of difference in it. To me, the Bois Impérial is kind of like settling down onto the skin, and that's the problem with ambroxan. Ambroxan is a difficult raw material to really work with. At high amounts, it kind of is problematic. It's a really lovely raw material, but to get something very rich in ambroxan requires a lot of work. On a personal level, I love both because I can sort of understand the work. But separately, I'm smelling more woody aspects to the Ganymede, and I can sort of detect it more. The sillage is better. I think the intensity is better. It's got more of that light, airy, diffusive quality than the Bois Impérial. But they're very similar. If it's me, I'd go for a smaller bottle of the Ganymede if money is that thing. I think the smarter thing would be to do is kind of, I'm going to say the obvious, kind of to get both. And I kind of think the Bois Impérial, because it's sort of 80 pounds for 100 mil, you can wear that all the time. It's kind of not really a problem. 100 mil is going to last you forever. If you want that to be a signature fragrance, apply it on your skin, apply it on your clothes, take it with you. I think the Ganymede is more for people perhaps whose money isn't an object. And I also think as well, for special occasions as well, it's for me because the intensity, the richness, the depth, the thickness of the fragrance, you're getting sort of value for money. And I think they're quite different but similar. I don't think one's better than the other, because whereas one is more expensive, you're getting that full sillage, the feeling of the fragrance, you're getting that intensity. And where one is cheaper, you're not, but you're getting more value for money and you'll be able to wear it more. And I think they're quite similar, but I think they're both lovely fragrances. I don't think one's a winner because I think one is the plus, and you can tell the difference where one costs more money. So hoping of that review. Thumbs up and subscribe for fascinating, interesting content, lots of moving hands, lots of fragrance views. Hope you're staying safe and well. See you soon.